Hello, brothers and sisters. I'm very happy to be communicating with you via the internet today during this time of quarantine all over the world because the April 2020 conference of the Zion Project is very important. Now, I don't usually read my speeches, but it was important for me to include a Portuguese translation of my speech today, so I will be reading it. And I titled it, Sharing the Sealed Book with the World. Several years ago, I was talking to my mother about the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon. We had already read the Book of Mormon many times, and we told each other that we were hoping to read the sealed portion of the Book of Mormon also. We talked about the conditions that were needed according to scriptures, and the following thought came to me, and I said it out loud. I just hope that when the sealed book comes out, our people will not reject it. My mother looked at me in surprise and said, "Why would we reject it?" I replied, I thought someone we are not familiar with would probably be the translator of the sealed part. I couldn't imagine that God would do it any other way. God didn't place the Mormon plates in the hands of the most respected and popular preachers in the 19th century. Would God suddenly hand the plates over to the current leaders of the restored church, who were respected, popular, and in high positions in the church? I thought not. And my mother agreed with my argument. So later, when we found out that the Mormon plates would be translated by a man named Mauricio Berger in Brazil, when we found out that Mauricio said angels were visiting him, and that there were also 3 witnesses who saw the angel Moroni and the plates and Laban's sword, we weren't skeptical. We were very excited. It seemed the Lord was going to do things similarly to the way he carried out his plan in the 19th century. However, my mother crossed over to worship at the feet of Jesus before the sealed book was published. At that point, I did not know for certain whether I would believe that the book Mauricio Berger would deliver to the Restoration Saints would really be the writings that had been sealed by Moroni. I had investigated other books claiming to be the sealed portion in the recent past, and I knew there were counterfeits already circulating among the saints. So how would we know whether this new book is the true sealed book? Well, my plan was to read the book, ask God whether the book was true or not, and allow the Holy Spirit to work in my heart and mind as I pondered the things that I read. I had no idea that God would provide his confirmation to me that the book is true, it is the sealed book, long before I ever read it. After some witnesses to the